babes, how y'all doing? How y'all feeling? It's your girl Yana Samaria, and I am back again with another banger. So today we're gonna go ahead and jump right in the video, y'all. So we are gonna talk about what happens during the self-love journey. Everybody is on a self-love wave. Everybody wants to become the best version of themselves, and y'all, when I tell you I am here for it, I am loving it, I love to see it. Okay, I am all about, if you know me at all, you know I am all about becoming the best version of myself and helping others become the best version of themselves. So I'm so ecstatic about this self-love journey and the self-love wave, because I personally think that it's important. I think that it's important to take time out for yourself and to separate yourself from the rest of the world to love on you. It is great to get loved on by everyone else. It is great to be known and cherished by other people, but it means nothing if you don't love and cherish yourself, right? So I'm gonna give you, I don't know, I wrote it down in my little book. I'm gonna give you about 3 things that will happen to you while you are on your self-love journey, or 3 things that make up your self-love journey. So let's get started. So the first thing that is important and imperative in your self-love journey would be healing. Healing is your top priority in your self-love journey. We have to understand that healing doesn't happen overnight, right? A lot of people try to throw out these 30-day courses or these 8-week courses, and those are great. I am not discouraging you at all from taking those courses or being a part, or hosting your own course. But what I am saying is that those are just the thing that plants the seed into your spirit, into your body, into your mind, and into your heart. That just is a seed planter. It is not going to take 30 days to heal. It takes more than that. It's not going to take 8 weeks to heal. It takes more than that, because healing is like a muscle that you have to constantly exercise. It's going to be weak if you're not exercising it daily. Don't pick on how I say exercise, because girl, you know what I mean. But anyway, it is something that you're going to have to practice on a daily, and there's going to be days where it seems like everything is going great and I'm healing and I'm moving and I'm evolving and I'm growing, and then there's going to be days where you're like, this is terrible, this is trash. And you have to learn to kind of love both of those days, right? Because in the days that are good, you're moving, that gives you momentum, that gives you positive affirmations that you're on the right track. But when things are bad, it can be a lesson in that. Okay, well, this is something that's making me upset. Why? And when you're healing, it's all about the why. It's all about the why, and it's all about recognizing the what as well. So what is it that's making me so upset? Okay, once I narrow that down, why is this making me so upset? And once you figure out and you trail back to the why, you'll understand that it's linked to some type of trauma, or it's linked to something that happened to you in your life that maybe to you wasn't traumatic, but subconsciously it stayed into your system and into your spirit, and it's just lingering and harboring, and you're not going to be able to grow in that aspect until you address that issue. So the first thing is healing. Healing is so important. Let's move to thing number 2. Okay, thing number 2, guys. Okay, thing number 2 is your self-love journey is not going to be as effective without God. Let's just keep it a buck. Y'all know me. I'm going to have to tell you, it is not going to be as effective. And I know some people are going to be like, what you mean? I don't believe in God and my stuff's still effective. That's why I make sure I put self-love journeys are not as effective, because rich people, everyone that is rich is not a Christian. Everyone that is rich does not believe in God, and they can argue the fact that, hey, I'm still rich. But I can counter your argument and say, but I bet you're not happy. All the money in the world doesn't make you happy. And you can try to do this self-love journey without your creator, but you're not really going to get it. It's going to be like, some days you feel like you're on the right track, and then other days you're going to feel lost. And you're going to have more bad days than good, because you're trying to do it all by yourself. But when you do it with the person that created you, right? The person that knows you better than you know yourself, it becomes a lot more easier. He's going to tell you who you are, whose you are, what you mean to him, what you mean to yourself, the power that you have within yourself. And once someone pours that into you, it's going to be easier for you to maneuver through certain situations, because you know who has your back, you know who you are, you know your strengths, you know your weaknesses, you know your capabilities. And there's some things about yourself that honestly you can't figure out on your own. And I know that makes no sense to some people. You're like, what? How can I not figure me out about me? And it's because sometimes you think you know you, but you haven't sat with yourself long enough to really know you. So the person that created you knows, like, hey, right now she's flogging. Right now, he's flogging. But when they sit with their real selves, they can't take it. Only I know, which is God, only I know who they really are. So you're gonna need your creator on your self-love journey to make it the best experience, to make it the most effective experience, so that you can really learn and you can really grow and you can really become the best version that you're supposed to be. Because the vision that God has in his head for you is the best version. There is no second. There's nothing that's better than that. You know what I'm saying? So for me, my rule with growing is I love growing, first of all. And if I'm going to grow, I'm going to make sure I grow to my full potential. I'm not going to half do it. I'm not going to, talk myself out of it anymore out of fear. But I'm going to do this thing. And if I do this, I want to be the best Ayana possible. I want to be the best person that I want God to look at me and say, yeah, now that is who I created, And so to help y'all with that, I looked up, I think it's about four Bible verses that will help you guys with this, and I threw in an extra one at the end. So the first one is from 2 Timothy. Hold on, my phone acting like you don't have no home training. 2 Timothy 5:17. It says, this means, and I think everybody might know this verse, but if you don't, I'm gonna put you up on game. This means that anyone who belongs to Christ has become a new person. The old life is gone and a new life has begun. That one, that's a starter pack. Okay, the second one is John 15:5. God says, Jesus says in this verse, yes, I am the vine, you are the branch. Those who remain in me and I in them will produce much fruit. For apart from me, you can do nothing. And y'all, that hit me, because I'm like, there was times, and I'm talking to y'all through experiences. I'm never going to get on here and tell you something that I've never experienced on my own, or something that I haven't experienced close to or similar to, whatever the case may be. I have been in a situation where I tried to do my life by myself. I tried to be Ayala, fix my life for me by myself. I didn't want no help. I felt like I was the captain of my own ship, and I knew my life better than anybody else, and I knew what I wanted to do. And God reminded me really quickly, like, girl, you don't know what you're doing. You have no idea, who you really are. You think you know what you're doing based on who you are right now, but I know who you will be 10 years from now. And back then I didn't understand growth. I thought, this is who I am, this is just what it is. And in reality, it's not. Because when I look back 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I'm a totally different person. I had to reintroduce me to me because it was that serious. You know what I'm saying? So I just want you to know you don't really know everything, especially based on where you are right now, because where you are right now cannot even be a direct reflection of where God wants you to be. You know what I'm saying? But you're taking steps every day to get there, but don't think this is it. You know what I'm saying? So understand that producing good fruit is connected to knowing whose you are and being connected to your creator. Okay, so that was the second verse. The third one is, y'all, this is my favorite. 2 Timothy 1:7. For God did not give us the spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. It just like reminds you that you have nothing to be afraid of. No one, nothing can stop you from doing what God wants you to do or being who God needs you to be. Nothing. If you are in alignment, you are unstoppable. If you're not in alignment, the good news is it's easy for you to get into alignment. It's not one of those things where it's like, well, dang, I'm not in alignment, so I guess I lost. Absolutely not. God leaves all his 99 sheep to come to you, to come find you, the person who does not feel like they're in alignment and doesn't know how to get in alignment. He wants to come and find you. So understand, from this verse alone, it speaks volumes. It is loud. Okay, God's basically telling you, you have power, you have love, and you have a sound mind, or in the NLT version it's gonna say self-discipline. Child, that was just a revelation for me, because I've been struggling with discipline for so long. I'm like, Lord, why I didn't go to the military like I was supposed to? I would have been way more disciplined. But then God just hit me in the face and it was like 2 Timothy 1:7. I told you he was disciplined. Some stuff that is in us, we don't even know that is in us until God reminds us or puts us in a situation and forces it out. That's why it's important for you to stay connected to your creator, and that's why you won't be able to fully grasp your self-love journey without him, because there's some stuff harboring on the inside of you that you don't even know is there. Okay, moving on. This is the last one. So this one, what did I do? I don't know, y'all. Okay, so this one is from Romans 8:28. And we know that for those who love God, all things work together for your good. Those who are called according to purpose. And let me tell you something about purpose. Anybody can be called to purpose as long as they answer. God is calling a lot of us to purpose. And some of us are answering the call. Kudos to you. Some of us are listening to the phone ring and looking at it like, I'm scared to answer that. I don't know what's going to be on the other end, okay? And some of us are literally oblivious to the fact that our phone is even ringing. And God wants to put us in purpose. So this verse, when it says who loves God and all things work together for those who are called according to his purpose, that includes you. That includes everyone. Don't let anyone say, oh, special people have purpose and other people don't. It's not true. God loves us all. He doesn't necessarily have favorites, but I'm gonna put y'all up on game. I kind of am God's favorite, but he don't have favorites. Let him tell it, but I know what's up. So just know that this verse extends to you too. Actually, I lied, y'all, and God forgive me. I have one more. This is from Proverbs 3:15, and in this chapter, in this book, we're talking about wisdom. And y'all, me and wisdom are like this, okay? I pray every time I pray, I make sure I put wisdom in there, because as this verse is going to explain to you, she is the GOAT, okay? This thing says, wisdom is more precious than rubies. Nothing you desire can compare with her. Y'all, wisdom is that girl. Okay, love it, love her. Okay, the bonus one I wanted to do is this one is for my ladies. If you are in your single season, ma'am, or even if you are married or you have a boyfriend and you're just trying to be a better wife or a better partner, better person, definitely read Proverbs 31. Everybody knows about it, but really read it and digest it. Don't just read it and say, oh, okay, that's me. No, digest it, okay? Because I read it and I was like, I got some stuff to work on. If you want to know what you need to work on to be a better wife or to be a great wife, read Proverbs 31 and let it snatch your neck, okay? So that was number 2. Let's go ahead and go to number 3. All right, number 3. Self-love journeys feel and seem lonely at times. I chose my words very carefully for a reason. Seems is the big word that I need you guys to hang tight to. It seems lonely because technically you're never really lonely because you always have God, right? But it seems lonely. You're going to recognize that your friends and, your relationships don't seem the same, because a part of being on a self-love journey is leveling up your boundaries, setting certain, boundaries where I'm not dealing with that anymore. I'm not taking that anymore. I'm not going here anymore. I'm not doing that anymore. So you're going to notice that the dynamics of some of your relationships will begin to change. And for me, that was hard. That was a hard pill to swallow, because I'm like, I've been rocking with this person for this amount of time, or I've been rocking with this thing for this amount of time, and you mean to tell me I'm going back to it and it doesn't feel the same? That's a good sign. It's okay to outgrow people. And it's definitely okay to outgrow things. It's okay to let stuff go. You don't have to be the same person if you don't want to be. You don't have to be the same, girl that you were when you were 19 as the same woman that you will be at 30. It's different. You're on a different playing field. So you have to allow yourself and give yourself grace enough to change and evolve and grow out of stuff and let people go. And for me, it was just like, dang, I still want us to be tight like this, but I can't be this tight because I've leveled up my boundaries. So we used to be tight because I had the same issues as you did. I was a hothead, I was angry, I was snapping, I was cursing, I was acting crazy, y'all know what's crazy. But now that I've grown out of that, it's gonna be natural for us to separate. And the thing about relationships is that person can either get with the program and begin to grow as well, or you're gonna have to leave them behind for a season. And it doesn't have to mean you have to leave them behind forever. It could be a season, or it could very well be forever, but you have to be prepared for both. Because it's not up to you, it's up to them. What are they gonna do? And for me, I kind of was like, I had a hard time letting people go because I felt like I didn't have that many people to begin with. But you're gonna recognize on your self-love journey, you are the best thing you got. You are the best thing that you have, okay? If everybody else walks away from you in the world, you're gonna have two things, two people, God and yourself. That is it. So if you don't take the time to water yourself, water your garden, make sure you're okay and make sure your cup is filled, how can you pour into someone else's cup? Two empty cups ain't gonna make no full cup. I don't know math that well, but I know that don't make no sense. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna have to make sure your cup is full. Not only full, but running over. That way when your overflow comes, it automatically flows into all the people's cups that are connected to you naturally. You don't have to try to force and take stuff out of your cup to put it in someone else's cup. Self-love is about loving on you. And God had to make me recognize that, because I was giving myself to so many people, y'all. I've never been by myself, whether it was friendships, relationships. I've never been alone. So God was like, listen, this year, baby, I need you to get yourself together. I need you to love on you. Sit with you. Make sure you're okay. Fill yourself up. Bandage your wounds. Let me, cater to you. This is what God is saying to me. Let me cater to you in this season. This is about you. Everything else outside of me and you is extra. And I'm not telling you to be this selfish person who don't care about nobody and it's all about you. No, still be that genuinely kind, sweet person that you are. But understand that your sweet self, baby, got boundaries. You have boundaries, and everybody does not deserve access to you. Everything doesn't deserve your attention. You are special. You are special. Everything about you screams specialty, baby. You know how in football they only bring out the specialty team when they need them? Yeah, you are a specialty member. And it's okay for, you not to be liked by everybody. Special people and special things ain't for everybody. Everybody ain't riding around here in a G-Wagon. Because it's special. That's why I'm going to get one. Because I'm special. You feel me? Everybody is not taking strips of space. Because we ain't got the money. And I got common sense. But anyway. Everybody is not doing things that are considered special. So if you're a special person, you are not going to be connected to everybody. And everybody ain't going to have something good to say about you. And I had to learn that. And I hope you are learning that too. And that's okay. That's all a part of the journey. The most important thing I want you to take away, two things. God is your number one fan during this journey. Okay? He is going to help cultivate an environment set just for you. And number two, it is a journey, not a race. You're not trying to beat me to the finish line so you can say, I self-love myself faster than you. Girl. I'm going to be like, okay. Because let me tell you something. Fast success, fast come-ups, fast growth ain't real. As soon as the storm comes to be able to test it, because you will be tested, it's going to shake and crumble because it was built in a hurry. They don't rush to build a house. They take their time because they know this house has to go through 4 seasons. We have to make sure we hit hurricane season. What if we have an earthquake? Bad thunderstorms, snow, sandy wind, whatever the case may be. We have to make sure this house, if it happens, if the weather changes and it decides to do something unpredictable that we can't predict, we have to make sure this house can stand. Which means we have to take our time and build this thing brick by brick. And that's how you need to look at your self-love journey. We're building this thing brick by brick. I can't miss a brick because it can compromise my whole foundation. Take your time. Love on yourself. I am going to give you guys a tip or a challenge because I'm going to do this too. Make a self-love jar and put different things in there. I'm going to make 2 of them. I'm going to make an affirmation jar for the morning for my everyday use, and I'm going to make a self-love jar. I work a lot, so I won't have off days like crazy, but whenever I do have an off evening or an off day, I'm going to pull from the self-love jar, and it's going to have things in there like go to a museum, take a walk in the park, go read a book, and whatever you pull that day, that's what you need to do. And that's going to teach you, 1, what you like to do and what you don't, because you might find you don't like to read. 2, it's going to allow you to really love on yourself, to take care of yourself, because you're going to do these things by yourself. You're not going to pick out, go to a museum, let me call my friends. No, this is for you. This is your journey. Everybody can't go where you're going. Everybody can't relate to the space that you're in at this moment. Some stuff, some seasons, you got to do this thing by yourself. But you always got God, so you're technically not alone, right? So that's all I have for you. I'm challenging you. Drop it in the comments if you already made one. Give us some things that we should put into our self-love jar. I need some ideas because all I got is museum, park, eat, because you don't like to eat, and book, and that's it. So if you have something else that you would love to share, or you have a testimony that you would love to share of how you loved yourself or how you went through your self-love journey, drop it in the comments, girl. We are a family. It is what it is. I'm your cousin. Okay, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you can get each and every video that I post. I love you guys. You see, I came on here with no makeup on because I'm talking about self-love, so I gotta love me, child. And on my hyperpigmentation, girl, I gotta love me. I gotta love me. I gotta do this for me, okay? Y'all, that TikTok with I ain't even gonna go there. Y'all, bye.